New hits, new metas, and a new ceiling for One Piece TCG. Welcome to your daily dose of One Piece TCG, and today we're talking about OP-13, the brand new set for One Piece TCG coming on November 7th, or in the pre-release is coming on October 31st. Ooh, spooky. But we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about this new set coming out, and why this will be breaking the ceiling, in my opinion, for One Piece TCG. So let's start off with that first, guys. Why do I think this set's going to break the ceiling? I think it's because of already there is so much hype around the set just from the Japanese release of the set. We can take a look right now of some of the cards, just some of the cards that are releasing with this set. And that is starting off with, obviously we have new rarities, guys. We have the 3 new manga rares, starting off with Luffy Manga, Luffy Sabo, and Luffy Ace. And they're also going to be having red alt alternatives as well, so red manga rares, which are even harder to get than these manga rares. Manga rares are already hard as hell to get. I think it's like speculated that you get 1 in every 3 cases, and what every case is like 12 something boxes. So a lot of booster boxes need to be open to get 1 manga rare. But to get 1 of these red manga rares seems to be even more so. So there's obviously new chase cards to get, and then on top of that, guys, there's gonna be a new god pack, or demon pack, I guess you could say, with the Gorosei, guys. Yes, we're getting a new leader in Emu, which we're gonna talk about the metas here right after this, but we're getting all of these new cards here as well, guys. Every single one of the Gorosei members, and the art here is immaculate. All the card arts here are made by Gege Akatami, the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, so there's a lot of hype behind that. I think One Piece overall is just reaching new heights, especially with the Elbaf arc we're in right now, and the flashback with the God Valley and stuff like that, and with the anime and how good it looks. So that's why I think this is going to break the ceiling for One Piece TCG and bring a lot more eyes on this game. Not that there wasn't a lot of eyes on this game already. So what I want to talk about next, guys, is actually the metas coming with this set, because we're getting a lot of different leader cards here. We're getting a Sabo leader card, a Luffy leader card, a Ace leader card, an Emu leader card, a Goldie Roger leader card, and a Bonnie leader card. And with some of these leader cards, it seems like they actually work in some top tier metas in the current JP circuit of things right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the deck list over in JP right now. And a lot of the ones we see are actually with Ace and Emu. And there's some outliers or some growing teams within like OP Roger, and also I've seen some Sabo here as well. But what I want to go over is probably the one I most frequently see on here, which is the Ace one first. Now, the caveat for the Ace deck here is a lot of the cards, well, yes, there are some cards you can get with OP-13, like this Otama here, like this Yamato here, like this Whitebeard here, White Light Garp here. There are definitely some cards you can get with this meta, but a lot of these cards are going to be outsourcing to other decks here. While I think this is a viable meta, and I still think you can actually take use of the cards within this meta to make this team work, because there are a lot of cards that actually are going to be pairing up with Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, just not going to be working the best for them in terms of like the grand meta of things. Now, disclaimer here, guys. I don't play One Piece competitively at all. I play for fun, okay? I play One Piece for fun, okay? So take my meta takes with a grain of salt, guys, okay? With that being said, guys, I'm just going over the data that I see here on the JP side of things and how they're playing teams and stuff like that. One very interesting meta to me is actually the Emu meta, and the reason why it interests me so much, and the reason why I like this Emu meta so much, and what is probably going to be my deck, is because so many of the cards actually in OP-13 are going to be working for this deck and are top tier for this deck, because this is a new leader, completely new leader in Emu, and also with Goldie Roger as well, which we'll talk about after this. But the majority of this deck, I would say 80 to 90% of this deck, is actually within OP-13. Obviously, we have the leader here, which is Emu, and then we have all of the Gorosei here, which is going to be working for it. And then even most of the event cards as well, all of these are, the majority of these are going to be in OP-13 here, like Morijawa or this Garp event card here are not going to be within the set. And then if we go to some other things here, like Shirahoshi is not going to be here. It's in OP-05. I actually have a couple of those. I wonder if it'll go up in value when I sell it. We'll talk more about values and what things are selling for in the JP side after this. But then we have also a Nefertari Vivi here as well, which probably can be substituted out. Not to say it's the best substitution, but there seems like there's going to be less cards you actually need to buy, like, or outsource for this particular deck. And considering it's one of the top tier decks right now in the meta, I think this is really good, and I think it's going to bring a lot of players in, because a lot of players and new players will be buying this set and seeing that they can build like a top meta deck or close to a top meta deck with just this set alone, I think will actually be quite appealing for them and keep them playing the game and retain an audience that it might not have kept with other sets. And then we hop into the Goldie Roger set here, guys. A lot of the cards you can get within this set here as well. Now, I will say this deck definitely does have more outsourcing of cards than something like the Emu deck has, but I feel like there's more cards you can get within this set that actually work for Goldie Roger than something like the Ace we saw earlier, right? But these are like the 3 main metas coming out of this deck, and that's not even mentioning teams with Luffy you can probably make, though I don't think it's probably the best meta from what I see on paper here. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below any meta things, because I would love to learn more about the meta with One Piece, and like if at all the English meta is like vastly different from the JP meta. So let me know that in the comment section down below, guys. But now when we talk about the new hits, the new SPs, the new mangas, the new cards you're going to be wanting to pull when getting this set. And I actually want to go over here to price charting real quick to check what the values are, just raw values, ungraded values of some of these cards are. Starting off with Ace. Ace is actually the most expensive card in this set right now. It looks like, sorry for the low quality here. I don't know why price charting has the quality so low, but this Ace right now going for $2,900. These are obviously the red mangas are going to be the hits because they are going to be the hardest thing to get, and they probably are harder to get than a God Pack, if I had to guess. Let me know that in the comment section down below too, because obviously there's no like rates online for what's in each box. Like there's no mangas guaranteed per box. There's no God Packs guaranteed per box. Like there are SCCs and SPs guaranteed per box, but there are none of these things guaranteed per box. So there's less of a print. And with the price they're going for, in comparison to the Gorosei red alt arts, I guess they're calling it red alt arts here. Are they really red alt? But the price comparison here makes it seem like they're a lot easier to get. Where this God Pack is on par with getting like a normal manga rare from looking right here. And then you have Shanks as well, guys. We have the SP Shanks here, which comes in just a normal SP Shanks, and then a gold SP Shanks being more expensive than the rest there. But the main hits here, Gorosei. Gorosei, absolutely amazing. But it doesn't stop there, guys, because we're also going to be having not only the manga rares, not only the red manga rares, we're also going to be having the wanted posters as well for each one of these characters here. Like there's just a lot of hits within this box here, and the negative reverse arts, or I don't even know what they call it, but these things look absolutely sick right here. And a lot of these go for pretty decent amounts of money. So, you know, if you pull something good in the set and you want to sell it, like I think you'd make some pretty decent money off of it if you were planning to do that. And just as a collector alone, these cards look insane. Like they just look like this Ben Beckman looks insane. I love these cards, like these negative cards where they have like the negatives in the back there. I love it. It looks really good. And of course, these are our 3 new SECs right here. This SEC Luffy, SEC A, and then SEC Sabo here. Then we have the SP Toshiki here, which, oh my god, looks great. All of these look great, guys. Honestly, all of these look great. And then you have what they call the Chimu versions, which is the one below the manga rare, or I guess the wanted poster rare for these cards. The Monkey D. Luffy SEC alt art here, which is literally like the Chimu version. It's not the manga rare. It's the same image of Luffy. It just has a different background, right? It doesn't have the manga or the red manga here. So we have all 3 Chimu versions. There's just a lot of things appealing with this pack here. And look at this card art for Stussy. So as a collector, I think this is really good for collectors as well. So all in all, guys, I think this is a great set to pick up. Genuinely, if you're a collector, it has some great artwork. Obviously, art's subjective, but overall, from my eyes looking at it, this artwork looks great on most of these cards here, especially within the SPs and even a lot of the alt arts. The artwork looks great. If you're looking to play this game competitively, you know, the Emu deck's one of the top decks. You have the Roger deck, that's one of the top decks. You have the new Ace deck, which is one of the top decks in the meta right now. So you're getting a lot of meta options from this set. And in terms of what these cards cost, I mean, if you pull things good that maybe you don't like as a collector or you're not a collector, you can sell them for some pretty decent money as well. And then considering how the EN market right now is with the scalpers or the market manipulators, you actually might get some pretty decent value back if you decided to sell a card. And also one thing that's nice to see that they've kept across this box as well is actually just the overall pull rates for the box, which each booster box will be containing 7 super rares, 3 hits, and then also an alt don as well. So the rates haven't changed too much in terms of that. Now when I say hits, if you guys are not familiar, that's like an SP or an alt art or something like that, right? Or a manga rare, right? So you're guaranteed to get 3 hits per box. Now the formula for what you get is obviously different. If you guys want me to go through like what the possibilities are per box you have based off of the hits you're pulling in the box, then I can make a video on that in the future. Just let me know in the comment section down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So that's going to do it for today's video. I think this is an absolute must pull box. Honestly, guys, it offers you so much. I think this box is amazing, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So that's it for me today, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you in the next one. Later. Bye.